News that the Spanos family, owners of the Chargers, are looking to sell a stake in the team has renewed speculation that the Bolts may leave San Diego. Tonight we ask, if the Chargers go, how will the city be affected? Joining me is veteran UT sports columnist Tim Sullivan. So, Tim, welcome.
Thank you.
You wrote a pretty stern column this week comparing the NFL to The Godfather, shaking down American cities. With the Chargers pressuring for a new stadium downtown, is San Diego being extorted by the local team?
Well, I think it's probably less egregious here than some other cities in America. There have been 22 NFL stadia built since 1990. There have been 3 that have had massive renovations that have run over $250 million. So this is pretty standard business practice, and the fact that the 3 oldest stadia in the league are in California speaks well, I think, to our resistance to that pressure. But certainly we're being squeezed, and the Los Angeles threat and the possibility that the Spanos may sell a minority share in the team has raised anxieties.
So it's not a question of whether we are being extorted, or it's a question of how elegantly we're being extorted?
Well, I think it's a question of how good a deal can be cut. I think there are various mechanisms that make sense. I'd like to see a personal seat license component in a new stadium so the people who actually use the stadium are paying a larger percentage of it. The Chargers say that won't fly. I don't know that we should assume necessarily that the $500 million public component that has been projected is non-negotiable. I think we need a little pushback. I think we need a better deal for the city than was negotiated the last time or the time before that.
So, but you're saying public monies will be involved if we build the stadium here?
Absolutely, because that's the only way these deals get done. I think that the Chargers have some leverage. They have the possibility of an alternative in Los Angeles, and that threat is likely to move the needle a little bit. Whether it moves it far enough to get hundreds of millions of dollars of subsidy is a fair question. I think it's a very difficult campaign they're going to run.
How realistic is it for the Chargers to go to Los Angeles? I mean, aren't there other teams that might be more desirable from the NFL's point of view?
Well, I think the most desirable situation for the NFL's point of view is an expansion team that pays an upfront fee to all of the owners. That said, there's an advantage to keeping the league at 32. You don't have to split up the pie as much. And there are probably 5 teams right now that are stumping for better deals in their home cities. Any of those could be candidates for Los Angeles. The Chargers, I think, have the easiest out in their lease.
What do you make of the Spanos family selling a stake in the team?
Well, I think there's more questions to be asked. The idea that they're trying to prepare for estate taxes in the inevitable passing of Alex Spanos makes some sense. The question, I think, is if Goldman Sachs is shopping this interest to prospective buyers, how are they selling it? Are they selling it as a San Diego team, as a potential Los Angeles team? I think the price tags are much different if you're buying in those 2 different scenarios.
I think the essential question that people want to know is what impact the Chargers actually have on San Diego's economy. If the Chargers go, will our economy suffer?
I don't think it's an economic question. I think it's an emotional question. You can probably invest the same amount of money in a couple of Walmarts, or maybe several Walmarts, and create more jobs. The Chargers are a bond that a lot of people feel very strongly about and would like to preserve. But as an economic engine, it's a very small part of the local economy. And given the way that these deals tend to be structured, it's a net loss for virtually any city to build a football stadium.
But what about the idea that if the Chargers stay, we'll have Super Bowls here, that'll bring in a lot of money?
Well, you may get a Super Bowl every 10 years if that happens, but I don't think you build a stadium on that basis. I think if it doesn't make sense to do it on a long-term basis, you don't do it for one day in a decade. It would be a great thing to have the Super Bowl back. I think a lot of the estimates of economic impact are inflated, but that's not the reason to do it.
Thank you very much, Tim Sullivan.
My pleasure.